Hey everyone, so today's topic is about group discussions, and this probably pans out on a very, very important level because group discussions are a very integral part of any recruitment process across varied fields. Today, we want to probably help you understand what is a group discussion, why is it probably held in every recruitment cycle, and how someone or how anyone can probably do really well in GDs. And for CA recruitment specifically, we'll probably point out some specific topics that you can prepare on if you have your upcoming GDs lined up, right? Abhijeet, can you probably start off by telling our viewers what is a group discussion and what goes into it?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Anirudh, for putting up in such a nice way and telling the viewers the importance of GD. And like this is something which is very new. Not only into group discussion is also used for getting admissions into a lot of higher education colleges as well. So it has a lot of importance in education field as well. And so group discussion, like as its name suggests, group discussion or GD, it's a discussion. It's a discussion among peoples who would be sharing their ideas or activities for a particular topic. So they connect on one basic idea, and based on idea, everyone in the group presents their perspective for this. And so you would ask why do the recruiters have this group discussion as a part of their recruitment process? And let me tell you this: a lot of people get filtered out here. After CV screening, which is the biggest filter. So that like typically group discussion will have 8 to 10 people, and in that, mostly two or three would get shortlisted. So this is also a very big filter. And believe me when I tell this, we all have been through this, and it's not easy. Like we all have that FOMO. Okay, like what topics would come on group discussion, and will I perform good? That like everything happens. It's very normal, but stay confident, and that is the most important aspect. So why do recruiters do this? What are the essential skills they are looking for in a group discussion? So one would be how polite you are. Like when you're discussing, how polite you are, how is your general awareness. So group discussion topics may be for general awareness like maybe like say like the hot topic now is Tokyo 2020. So there can be something such as how can India improve their medal count or anything like that. So general awareness, how good is your general awareness, how good your leadership skills are. So in group discussion you would see that there might be like a person or two that would that would tell you, okay, say XYZ, you have not taken, you have not spoken, please speak, and all that stuff. So that would also portray your leadership skills. Another important thing is teamwork. So in group discussion, it is also that like if someone presents their perspective, you can add on to it, or you can tell ki, okay, I agree to you, but like this is something which I want to like this is something which I want to add on, or this is something which I don't agree, or I partially agree, or something. So this also shows your teamwork skills in that. Also most important thing that is seen in the GD is your listening ability. You not all the 8 people can speak at the same time. So you have like one is speaking, seven are listening. And listening ability is very important in group discussion, because you can't repeat what the other person has said. Like it does not make sense. He's talking the same thing and you're talking also same thing. So listening ability is also very important. Social skills and behavior is also very important. Like recently people have started giving abstract topics in which it tells you what kind of person you are, or they want to judge how what kind of person you are, or in the particular scenario how would you react. So like I remember we had a GD in which there was a doctor and a patient, and like the doctor had an option like to give him anesthesia, or to give like he was in immense pain. And you are like the patient was saying that no, like please give me a dead tablet instead of keeping me alive. So this is something an abstract topic, and this would portray what kind of social skills and behavior you have. And obviously the most important thing here, the most important skill they are looking for here is communication skills. So like basically these are all the important skills a recruiter is looking when they have that group discussions.
Amazing. I mean, it probably gives me a lot of insight into what goes into a GD. And what are the possible ways? Because what I understand is there are two ways of looking at GDs, right? One is you can prepare on specific topics and then probably have a GD around it. And the other way is, like you mentioned, abstract topics, right? One particular topic that I have personally received is Batman versus Superman. It's possible that you could possibly be a Marvel or a DC fan and you're aware of the topic, but someone might not be a Marvel DC fan and they don't know the topic, right? While this does play out to be an advantage, disadvantage at some place, you also have to be prepared for any topic that might come up at any point of time. So, probably putting it out there that expect the unexpected in a GD because it's extremely important to be open minded and at the same time prepare for all those items that can probably come up. Like for what Abhijeet mentioned about the Tokyo Olympics, right? If you're probably getting recruited at this very moment or have an interview in the next 10 days or so, right? Talk about the Olympics, research about that. Research about India's budget if you're probably in the months of February and March, because that's when the budget comes out. Also talk about the political landscape in India. India reaching towards a $5 billion, 5 trillion economy per se. Items like these are very important, and these will continue for a long period. So these are probably a few common topics and a few abstract topics that you can probably be prepared yourself with. Having said this, right, Abhijit, how important? I mean, you did mention about communication and everything, but assuming that someone does not have the required communication skill set, right? In a span of 1 week to 10 days, how can that person effectively prepare for a GD?
Yeah, so as like we have a old proverb, like try till you do your best. So trying, like doing practice is the most important thing. You can mock, like have mock, like catch up with your friends, tell them that let's do a mock GD. So practicing is the key here. Like it's not necessary that what you practice, like if you say you're practicing say XYZ, the group discussion, it's not necessary that same will come. It's not it's highly unlikely that that would come, but at least it will give you, okay, how does a group discussion will, like the flow looks like, how would someone start, how would you um, add on to your points, or contradict to them, or tell you're against them, or how would you put everything in such a way that it does not look offended also. So this is something which would come with practice. And obviously, like if you have time, say you have like 10 days or something like that before your interviews, so obviously you should do a lot of reading, go to Google, see what are the various GD topics. There are lot of resources available at one click. So go there. Also, for chartered accountancy especially, we have also made what can be the topics that can be asked. You can also refer for those topics. How would you put forward? And also, like, I have received a lot of questions, for where in GD to fit yourself. So that's something which is very common. Like, we all have dilemma. Okay, should I start, or is it better to conclude, or should I try to fit in middle and something like that. So, like, to be very honest, it's not always in your hand. Like, most of the time recruiters would say no, like Anirudh, you go first, or say Abhijit, you go first. In those cases, you have nothing, you have no say in it. But there are cases where like they tell, like, this is a GD topic. They'll give you like 60 seconds to prepare, 60 to 90 seconds, and then you can start. So, like, the basic thing which you should keep in your mind when you are given a topic. Obviously, when you are given a topic, you would understand, okay, how much knowledge do I already have about the topic. And if you're sure that you have a good amount of knowledge for that particular topic, it is always better to start the topic, unless you are not very sure. Okay, it's very open topic, so in that case, uh, it's a judgmental call. But if you are sure that you know a lot of things about that topic, and you have already researched and you can speak well, and then obviously you should start the topic. But there is no perfect positioning yourself in that. It's a very judgmental call. There can be a case where you want to start but someone else starts before you, then you can't cut him off and stuff. So it's a very judgmental call, and there is no right or wrong here. Like, it's not like the answer should be 7.5, so it should be 7.5. It's
Right.
not a factual thing. So it's very judgmental call. And also, like, if you, and this is bottom line, if you don't know, like, if you don't know about the topic, you should not start. Obviously, you should see what others are speaking, and connect the dots, and then thinking on the feet, and then delivering it. So that's the thing. And like lot of time people say that concluding is a simple job, but it's not very simple. Like, so if you are going to conclude, from you should know it from the start that you are going to conclude. You should take good notes, what everyone is speaking, take their notes, and at the end you'll have to conclude what everyone said. Okay, say a person said this and you think that this is correct, B person said this is correct, C. So you will have to take very good notes at that time, and on the feed obviously you can't ask them what you're going to speak, so I'll make the notes ready. So on the notes you should be very thorough about it, and conclusion obviously plays a great role. You'll have to see what all of them have spoken, and you have to convert it into like a 2 minute or 2.5 minute or say 1.5 minute delivery. So that is something which is very judgmental, and over the course you would understand where you are great at. So I always used to be in the middle. I'm not a person who would start or who would conclude. I would be like, okay, I'll go like one down or two down. So that is something which I played. I played it safe, and like it's okay. Like I converted most of them, so it's not a hard on fast rule. You need to start or you need to conclude. It's very judgmental. You need to think on the feet.
Understood. I mean, really, really helpful because one thing I'd like to actually add here, right? Because I think the companies you're applying to, read about them specifically because your GDs could be based upon that. To give you an example, I had my GDs at Flipkart, where Flipkart is in the e-commerce industry and the like. So a lot of GD topics were centered around where does the e-commerce industry, what is the way forward in the next 5 years, or how is the adoption of electric vehicles in the supply chain of Flipkart, right? So a lot of topics will be centered around the company you're applying to. So do some background research, what they are doing currently, or what are their, what are the next long-term, short-term plans and everything. And that should give you a good idea for regular topics. For abstract topics, then you really can't do anything about it, right? Just be open-minded, like what Abhijeet said. Um, I think we'll probably summarize it here to probably say that GDs are, it's very difficult for a lot of people because they don't prepare for it specifically, but it's extremely important to have good communication skills and also ensure that you are someone who is again very open and experimental to anything that comes up, because you can be caught off your feet with any random topic, but you should be ready for it. And this is a simulation of what might actually happen at work with you. If you get some random assignment which you aren't ready for, this is a simulation of that ultimately, because you are preparing for the worst case scenario. GDs are usually moderated by a specific panel member, and you have approximately 7 to 12 ranging from different firms and companies. And you get approximately 2 to 2.5 minutes overall in the discussion to speak. So you have to make, minimal time, maximum impact is what one should aim for. And that is how GDs work.
Yeah, like I absolutely correct. And also, like I would like to put one more point here. So there was one company, one corporate where the GD was on a case study. So it's on a base of a case scenario, not a case study. So that was the real case scenario they had, and they had to see, like, if you were hired and if you were given that particular case or particular you were allotted to that particular manufacturing unit, how would you deal with it? So obviously you should read about which corporate you're going to apply, or which corporate you're applying, and what is their core values. That is most important. If someone like if their core value says that integrity is their core value, and if something such as doctor and patient wala like case comes, and you would say ki, no, the patient is in like lot of immense pain, and you should just give him the death pill instead of
Right.
giving him that. So it is a big no for them. So like whatever happens, integrity is their core value, so you can't tell like just give him a that pill and that also. So like there are various types of GDs. It's not only on the GK or only on the economics going on. There are abstract topics. So in one of the GD, it was orange is the new black. This was the only line they had to tell. Like this was the case line. Like GD topic, orange is the new black. What would you like? You have 90 seconds. What would you say? Orange is the new black. That's it. So like a lot of people would think, okay, Orange is the New Black was a TV series. So is it about that, or are they actually referring to colors? So it's very judgmental. You have to be prepared, and it's not necessary that you need to always know about that topic. I had no clue what do they mean by orange is the new black, but it's all about how good you portray your other skills, communication skills, team skills, listening. Like listening is one of the most important thing they see in GD. So this is what you should focus on instead of knowing that you should know all the GD topics. It's not possible. So focus on the core and you definitely convert.
Sure, sure. I mean, and like you mentioned, we'll probably be dropping a list of
Yeah,
topics in the
yeah,
description below,
definitely.
and really hopes that that could be for CA aspirants and people who've cleared their CAs. Could also be for those who want to get into articleship at a Big Four firm or any other firm,
Correct.
and it also helps other aspirants to get into any kind of job they want to, because these are more general topics in nature.
Also,
Thanks. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
sorry.
Also, it's also apart from recruitment, as I mentioned, it's also like it is also part of admission
College,
process as well.
right?
So that is also something. If you want to get into an MBA college where they're like they obviously have this round where after you getting a call from them, they'll have a GD round of all the students. So this might help you in that way also. So
Understood.
yeah,
Sure. So thanks a lot for giving us taking us through what a GD is. Really helps our viewers, and I really hope that a few of them convert GDs, GDs that they come across, and probably reach out to us once they do that. So thank
please
you.
drop into comment if you convert because
Yeah.
of this and if it was helpful. All the best. Thank you.